If you constantly make plans for your life, but keep finding yourself back at the same place, you need to watch this video. Because the problem may not be that you are lazy, you just lack a system that helps you flow through. In today's video, I'm going to be revealing to you, why do I know what to do, but still can't bring myself to do it? If you're new here, hi, I'm Blessing Akasi. I create content on intentional living, productivity, discipline, and making you a more refined version of yourself. And on this channel, you're learning how to build a life that is not only beautiful on the outside, but also beautiful and disciplined on the inside. Have you ever had something you know you need to do, and yet every time you try to do it, you say, not today? You know you need to study. You know you need to work on that business idea. You know you need to apply for that job. You know you need to build your relationship with God. You know exactly what you should be doing, but you find yourself scrolling through your phone, and sometimes very unnecessary. You spend hours doing everything except that one thing. And the worst part, you know you could have done it. You promise yourself, tomorrow I'll take my life seriously. Tomorrow comes and the same thing happens again. If you've ever found yourself in that cycle, I want you to know something. You are not lazy. And no, I'm not saying you should give yourself excuse for everything you didn't do. I'm saying that sometimes the reason you're not taking action, it's deeper than saying I'm lazy. Because there is a difference between knowing what to do and being able to consistently make yourself do it. And that's what I want us to talk about. Why do we know sometimes what we need to do, but still can't bring ourselves to do it? The first reason is that knowing something doesn't automatically make it easy to do. We live in a time where information is everywhere. You can literally pick up your phone and learn how to start a business. You can learn how to build a personal brand. You can learn how to study better. You can learn how to create content. The information is available. But here's the problem. Information doesn't equal transformation. You can know what to do and still not do it. You can learn 100 videos about discipline and still struggle with discipline. You can have the perfect planner, the perfect notebook, the perfect goals written down, but not do anything about it. Because eventually you have to move from knowing to doing. And that transition is uncomfortable. Think about something you've been postponing. Maybe you've been saying, I want to start a business. That sounds simple until you start thinking about it. What's business? How much money do I need? What if nobody buys? How do I market it? What if I fail? What if you don't fail? What do people say? What if I waste my money? And what if you don't? And suddenly the I want to start my business has become an enormous mountain in your mind. Let me give you a quick tip. When you hear a word in your spirit, do it immediately. Because when you leave that place, it may not make sense to you anymore. Believers can attest to this. And if this is the kind of conversation you enjoy around intentional living, discipline, productivity, and becoming a better version of yourself, consider subscribing because you're in the right place. Let's continue. And when something feels overwhelming, your brain naturally looks for something easier. And that's why one of the most powerful things you can learn about productivity is making the first step smaller, easier in your eyes. Instead of saying, I'm going to build an entire business today, say, I'm going to spend 30 minutes researching about the business. Instead of saying, I'm going to write an entire book, say, I'm going to write one page today. Instead of saying, I'm going to completely change my life, ask yourself, what is that one thing I can do to move my life in that direction? Now, the next point is your environment. Try and make distractions smaller. Try and make distractions harder. Put the phone away. Close the tab. Create a workspace. If you need to be productive for 12 hours, be productive for 12 hours. Sometimes 30 focused minutes can be more valuable than 3 hours of distracted efforts. And please stop measuring your productivity by how exhausted you are at the end of the day. Being tired doesn't automatically mean you were productive. You were just busy. You can spend an entire day moving and still not move forward. So ask yourself, what actually moved my life forward today? You have to come to terms with yourself that it may not work immediately, and that's okay. You don't need to be guaranteed success before you begin. Nobody becomes excellent by waiting. You become excellent because you started. You create, you make the mistakes, cry, you learn, you improve. With time, success will become your normal. So if you've been postponing something because you're afraid to do it perfectly, I want you to hear this. Your first attempt is allowed to be imperfect. Absolutely valid. The first video may not be amazing. Your first workout may be difficult. That's okay. You're not supposed to be an expert at something you're doing for the first time. Give yourself the permission to be a beginner. And finally, I want you to understand something about productivity that completely changed how I think. Productivity is not about becoming a machine. You're human. You are allowed to be tired. But don't lose focus. The goal is never to fall off. The goal is to stop staying down. So if you wasted today, please do not waste tomorrow because you are ashamed of today. And maybe that's what somebody watching this needs to hear. Do today's work. Do it today. Tell me in the comments, which of these habits do you struggle with the most? If you know somebody who has been struggling with consistency, please send this video to them. At the end of the day, productivity is not about filling every moment of your day. It's about learning to give attention to what truly matters. You don't need to become a completely different person overnight. Take it easy with yourself. You need to become intentional with the person you are becoming every day. Start small. Keep the promises to yourself. Create systems that support the life you want. And give yourself permission to grow at a sustainable pace. If this video helped you, please don't just watch it and move on. Choose one thing we talked about today and practice it this week. And if you enjoyed this conversation, please subscribe to this channel. I have so much to share with you on discipline, productivity, intentional living, and becoming a better version of yourself. I'll see you in the next video.